What more can you tell us about the RB19?
Well, if you've got a good thing, don't change it, right? Or how's it go? If it's not broken, don't fix it. Something like that. Yeah, same car as last year. It's almost comical, the presentation that they did. I mean, yeah, you got to hype it up. It's a new year, 2023 is gonna be a great one. But the fact that it's the exact same car essentially, I mean, there's hardly any differences. You got a few sponsor changes. Yeah, so this is WTF1's post between the two separate years. 2023 is actually on top. Last year's is on bottom. I mean, you almost would think it's like a meme, like they're joking. But no, you can see the subtle differences. You do have the Puma on the very kind of bottom portion. It's now Castor. I don't know. They still have their cryptocurrency brand on the back, kind of being their main sponsor. Oracle being their main sponsor, but then also the crypto on the rear wing. The side rear wing went to mobile, however you want to pronounce it there. They have Rocket instead of Citrix. Here you got the new racing suits for this year. A little bit of differences. I feel like this red portion's different. I like that gives you wings on the sidearm. Don't know if they had that in the past, but it's cool looking.
Really nice, really comfy. So yeah, it's good. I'm happy.
Nice. Good. Hey, that makes sense. Gotta be comfy, no? Don't want that thing riding up. Yeah, it's essentially the same. Now, I've got to say, I was really, really hoping and really optimistic that they would be bringing the purple back. I had no inclination as to, if that was actually going to be a thing. I hadn't heard any rumors, but I was hoping. I think the last vehicle they did that on would have been the RB11. That would have been back in 2015. It seemed like, the first year back of being the Constructors Champions, I just thought, this would be the year to kind of branch out, but no, it's the same. I know it's not exactly like the exact kind of, I don't know. I don't know if it's like the look they're still going for nowadays. They just, they like the classic, that rich yellow, red, and the dark navy blue. But just to integrate a little bit of that purple, it doesn't have to be any sort of like color blocking either. Just enough to where it kind of fades in on the side and then fades out back into the blue. I think that would have been so clean. And a little bit of a missed opportunity. I just feel like this year would have been the year to do it. But unfortunately, to no avail. It looks like we're staying true to the same old. With that being said, it's a great looking car. There's no doubt about it. It's like it's timeless in that way for sure. More of a realistic change I would have liked over, outside of having that purple portion would have been maybe going from the matte colors from last year back to like a shiny. I think that would have actually switched up a lot. Keep all the same paint job the same. Outside of that, just not doing matte again, but they did, and that it is what it is. That's all right. It's going to be another great Red Bull year. We know that. They're going to bring it. Max is going to bring it. Checo's going to bring it. It's going to be a good looking vehicle for Checo's last year at Red Bull. No, I'm just kidding. I guess the biggest update and news for the day would, of course, be Red Bull and Ford joining forces in 2026.
I have to say, Ford is going to return to Formula One after more than 20 years. We looked at a lot of options, and we wanted to go in the direction that was authentic to us. So we've decided to have a strategic partnership and a technical partnership with Red Bull Powertrains to enter Formula One in 2026.
It is going to be the Red Bull Ford powertrain, something they've tried to work out in the past with Honda. They've tried to kind of create a powertrain through them. And there was talks early last year, I know, with Porsche. I think that would have been the perfect landing spot in a lot of ways. But, Ford has a rich history in racing. They have been in F1 in the past. Of course, they're huge in NASCAR and rally, others. So it makes sense in that way. I also know that Red Bull has been really trying to captivate their US audience. They're doing a great job of that. I would say they are the team that is making the biggest push for advertising and kind of overall publicity in the US. And I think that's super smart. We all know how it's blowing up over here in the past, several years. And it's only going to get bigger for them to be like the biggest presence once it really, really starts to just absolutely take off over here. Because I still feel like we are in the early stages, believe it or not, for people knowing about it. over here in America. But for those who will be new even this year and going forward in 2026, once they see that Red Bull is with Ford, and whether it's on purpose or not, obviously Ford being a US company, everyone looks at that as like the American engine distributor for sure. So that makes sense to me. Another thing they're doing, incorporating the US, is the liveries for all three US Grand Prix this year. You got the Miami Grand Prix, the US Austin Grand Prix, as well as the brand new Las Vegas Grand Prix. They are going to be letting fans submit and create their own liveries. And it sounds like they're going to, you know, pick one lucky fan for each one of those races to rock that livery. Obviously, they're going to, you know, select one that's legitimate, probably by like, you know, real true designers. But I think that's really cool. But once again, it's, you know, they're doing that for the US. They know how important this time frame is early on to catch that US crowd. Obviously, Red Bull's already a huge logo, huge brand over here in the States. But as far as F1, it's just now exploding on the scene. So I think it's great timing for them. I think it's really smart by them. And it's just another way to incorporate their new viewers over here in the States. Another thing I wanted to talk about is, as well with Ford, we had 5 others kind of go official today, I guess. Motorsport.com posted about that. So 6 F1 engine suppliers signed up for 2026. So it does look like we have, of course, Alpine. You have Audi. That's been the most talked about so far. Ferrari. Does look like Honda will be staying in F1. I'm trying not to be out of the loop here completely, but I don't know who that's going to be exactly with. Maybe time will tell, and maybe I'm missing someone obvious, but I don't know as far as what AlphaTauri's future holds in that way. But we'll try to figure that out as the weeks go on. You have Mercedes. Now you have Red Bull, Ford powertrains. Like I mentioned, it's not just the Ford engine. They're truly combining the two because Red Bull wants to have, you know, a prominent name in that engine building process. So those are the 6 that have kind of been unveiled for 2026. That will obviously be a big year. And even though it seems far off now, we all know how that kind of creeps right around the corner rather quickly. Yeah, a lot to look forward that way. Those were some of the biggest announcements. All right, the next livery reveal is going to be Williams on February 6th, so just in a couple days here. That one should be actually a little more exciting. I feel like, you know, Williams changes up quite often, about every single year, so there's at least some more changes in Red Bull. So, but yeah, looking forward to that here in a couple days. Outside from that, yeah, guys, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Feel free to drop a like if you enjoyed, and if you are new around here, feel free to subscribe. I'm going to be doing every single team's livery revealing this season, as well as just covering the 2023 season altogether. So looking forward to it. It's gonna be a really fun year. A lot of fun videos, and yeah, I'm excited to grow on this channel and kind of going forward with you guys. All right, thanks guys. Peace.